I'm Pacitti Dust from Cultaholic.com, and I am joined, as always, by Marvellous Ross Tweddell.
Trademark. Marvellous Ross Tweddell.
And these are our predictions for Elimination Chamber 2018. But before we get started, there was a little bit of drama this week involving a certain Matthew Wright from TV's The Right Stuff.
Can I just interject here?
Of course you can.
Matthew Wright is a numpty. Pass it on.
Okay. Well, let's have a quick look at what he said.
When unemployed graduate Adam Pacitti took a punt with this, I spent my last £500 on this billboard, please give me a job. Somebody listened because I checked his LinkedIn profile earlier and he's now managing director at online wrestling magazine Cultaholic. I've got to get a subscription. Seems wasted on wrestling.
So, Matthew, if you want to make fun of wrestling fans, I think it's only fair that you give me my right to reply. So I'm challenging you, Matthew Wright, to have me on The Right Stuff on Channel 5 next week. Let's do this.
Next week? So you have to be dressed as... Well, are you sure about that? Next week, Matthew Wright. Next week only. So if you want to see Adam Pacitti Dust on The Right Stuff on Channel 5 on any weekday morning next week, please tweet hashtag get Adam Pacitti on Matthew Wright's The Right Stuff on Channel 5.
That's
catchy.
That's too long.
It's catchy.
Use the hashtag.
It's great.
So the three choices of punishments put to our very generous patrons were as follows. Vegas chops. We always have chops in there. A green mist, Tajiri style. Bang in the face.
Right in the face.
Oh. Or the winner, human statue for a day, which will be taking place next week, which means if I have to do it, once again, I will still, unfortunately, be dressed as Pacitti Dust.
I've got things crossed, you know, Adam. Things are crossed.
I'm sure you do. Let's get on with the predictions.
I need to ask you, we need to address the situation.
Right, let's get on with it.
How's this month been for you dressed as this? How's going to the pub been, going down the shops?
It's been humiliating, to say the least. It hasn't been very much fun at all. It's the little things that are the problem. I don't mind being in the office dressed as Gold Dust. You guys know what I'm doing. But when I have to go to the shop to buy a sandwich, that's when it gets really, really embarrassing.
Did they ask why?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Going to a party. But like, if it's 9 a.m. in the morning and I'm just getting breakfast.
So that means you've been to a different shop every day for breakfast?
No, they're used to
You can't be going to a party every day.
I can be going to a party every day. I'm a party animal. Look at me.
You're Adam Pacitti. You don't go for a party every day.
I'm a party animal. Predictions. We start things off with Bray Wyatt versus Woken Matt Hardy. He laughs an awful lot. That's all he does now, really, which is a shame. One more. Who have you got and why? Who have you got?
It's crap, isn't it? It's awful. These two men can just laugh, and that is the only thing they can do. And because of this, I don't know. But because logic would dictate nothing.
No.
I don't know. I'm going to go work with Matt Hardy, though.
Yeah, me too. I think this is going to lead all the way to WrestleMania. I think they're probably going to have a rematch and probably
on the pre-show.
Yeah. But I'm taking Matt Hardy as well with Bray, then messing with him.
They are at this point. They're two lost causes, aren't they?
Two of the superstars with the most potential.
Captivating characters. Those two are the two.
Incredible marketing opportunities, and then they just.
The thing that's tilting me towards Matt Hardy is the fact he's got all these trademarks now, which means he can use them now in the future. And
right, and they've been away filming at the Hardy compound, which makes you think that a win there would.
Hopefully, because he's got them all, they'll start using them in future weeks, and then we'll all.
Is that splashing the cash?
Yeah, we'll do all sorts.
Splashing the cash.
Wanking off cows. And next up, we have the undefeated streak of Asuka going up against Nia Jax. And of course, if Nia Jax wins, she gets added to the Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania. Who are you taking and why?
I've been burned. I was burned at the Royal Rumble.
You've been burned?
I've been burned.
Literally?
No, I've not been burned literally. I've been burned by Nia Jax. I took her in the Royal Rumble. I've just learned never, ever, ever bet against Asuka. So I am taking, for obvious reasons, Asuka. They're not going to end the streak at Elimination Chamber.
You see, I thought this, and I remember last year's Charlotte's streak of undefeated pay-per-views. That was ended on a B pay-per-view as well.
It's not the same though, is it? That was a rubbish streak that made no sense. Like, she lost on the TV shows, and then always
Should
one.
brought that
Who
big game out
cares?
of the pay-per-views. It made complete sense. And they
Sure.
wasted it on a B show. But still, I cannot bring myself to bet against Asuka.
Go on.
Because I did a Survivor Series and that almost burned me, but balded you even harder.
Go on. Go on.
No.
Take Nia.
Asuka.
Take Nia.
No, Asuka.
Come on.
I want Asuka.
Come on.
I am ready for Asuka. But I do think, though, looking at it, the Raw Women's Championship match at Mania being Asuka versus Bliss is a bit weak to me, so I reckon Nia will still worm her way in there somehow.
Really?
Which is not on Sunday. They'll do some tomfoolery, shake some things about, and then...
Well, then this match becomes completely
redundant.
pointless. Yeah.
Many things do, yeah.
Yeah, wrestling.
My life.
Next up, the Women's Elimination Chamber match. It's Bliss, Banks, James, Deville, Rose, Bayley.
Correct.
Nailed it.
First
One
change.
take wonder. Who you got, mine?
I am taking Alexa Bliss.
Retaining. So
Retaining.
you think we're going to see...
Just because I think it'd be harsh, really harsh, if she went all this way with a belt, not defending it many times, I must concede.
Yes.
But then taking off at the last chance, I just think. Let her go there and enjoy herself at WrestleMania.
Do you want to see Asuka versus Bliss?
As I said before, I think it's a bit weak, but then so is every other match that potentially is on the cards. I think. I
don't think it's happening. You know what? I think there's going to be a big old swerve. Ronda Rousey is signing her Raw contract on Sunday night. I don't think she's going to sign a Raw contract. I think there's going to be Here Comes the Money or... yes.
No!
And I think she's going to go to SmackDown.
It's
because
the one night he's not supposed to be there and ruin my day.
I would happily see him there if it leads to Rousey
Really, with the heavy breathing, the
versus
sweat.
Charlotte. Yeah, I know he's gross.
He's horrible. I hate
I
him,
know.
man.
All right, calm down. But you would rather see Rousey versus Charlotte, correct? Correct.
Yeah,
Of course you
It's a
would.
toss-up, isn't it?
Queen versus Rowdy. I don't know where I was going with
She
that.
could be the rowdy queen by the end of it.
I'm taking Bayley, which is a long shot. I'm torn between Sasha and Bayley.
I was
think
torn between Sasha and Bliss as well because I think Sasha might turn heel on Sunday. Like,
Sasha
fully.
versus Bayley for the title makes way more sense at WrestleMania than the other option. So
You're gonna win, aren't you?
I am going to win. I'm taking Bayley, followed by a heel turn from Sasha, but I'm not factoring that in. You don't get extra points. I don't get extra points.
So you don't
Made
want
that
to-
mistake.
half a
Let's
point
do
for
half a
one,
point.
isn't
We're not doing half a point. We're never doing half a point again. But you can. I think Bayley's going to win. She's going to get a nice moment and then be immediately attacked by Sasha. Or Sasha's going to win and then attack Bayley
Yeah,
afterwards.
but then it'd be Bayley versus Asuka because Asuka's in the main event regardless.
Triple threat.
Oh,
dear.
there's a hole in his plan and it's on the camera now. It's locked in.
Everyone's
Here we
already
go.
commented. What's Adam talking about? Right, yeah.
It sounded
switched
nice
it.
though. I would like to see what you said, but it
Yeah.
won't happen because it can't.
Might
Asuka's
happen.
in there.
Anything
anyway.
can happen in the World Wrestling Federation, Ross.
And next up, we have another historic Elimination Chamber match, the first ever 7-man chamber match with what?
It's what we all want to see. We've been asking for that for years. We want 7 in the
Honest to
chamber.
God.
Let's make it more dangerous.
If
and more
if
unpredictable.
you watched every
Stupid.
inch of Raw like I do, the amount of times they say historic first ever, oh my
Who
god.
cares? Who cares?
Anyway,
Who's in it? Go on, you got this.
The Miz, Elias, Rollins, Reigns, Cena, Balor, 7 Big Dog.
You said Reigns.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Strowman. Ask me the question.
Will you marry me? Who are you taking and why?
I am taking. You're going to laugh at me for this. I know you're going to give me a really hard time
I'm
because
not.
it's been the match in the making for years. Has been Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar with Roman Reigns going over at WrestleMania. I'm taking Seth Rollins because all right, give me a break.
Really?
Yeah, I am. I really am. Because I think, first of all, it's too predictable. That hasn't stopped them in the past. That's not enough for me to just pick Rollins. Rollins has nothing to do at WrestleMania. He might be in that tag match. There's been a rumoured tag match. He'll be teaming with Rousey to take on...
Mrs. Lady Balls and Mr. Lady Balls.
yes. Because I don't think they're going to get The Rock.
He is down the pecking order, isn't he, Rollins? In that news article everyone copied him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who was it? The Rock?
The Rock angle.
There's a third man somewhere. Matthew Wright!
Matthew Wright.
Or Seth Rollins. So carry on with your logic then.
Okay, my logic is as follows. There is a lovely throwback to WrestleMania where Seth cashed in, making it a triple threat match. I think it's going to be a triple threat match again. It solves the problem of either man having nothing to do. And, I don't know.
It looks like you're sinking, even though you're not. It's like you're just falling into a deep dark hole.
I assume you got Roman.
Of course I've got
I do.
Roman.
Of course I've got Roman.
It's a journey we have all been on for 3 years, and a journey we all want to see end with the big dog.
I think Roman's still going to be in the
Throwing up
match,
the
but I think it's going to happen on a Raw later down the line.
It's been the most emotional journey. We've all enjoyed it, haven't we? We've all had a
I
great
don't think
time.
about it because I will cry.
We've all had a good time. Oh,
You taking Roman?
imagine if he doesn't win, and then we've got another 3 years to wait until he finally beats Brock Lesnar.
Well, people are speculating, and credible journalists, including Jack the Jobber, are also saying that Brock is very likely to continue and extend his contract for another.
Really?
Yeah, up until SummerSlam.
Wow, I've not seen that anywhere.
Yeah, so it could happen. You should check the website, cultaholic.com. Those are our predictions. Let us know your predictions in the comment box below. Matthew Wright, you are a big wimp, and I will see you next week. Drinking Rules, as always, are on the socials. It's Twitter, Facebook.
It's everything but
Instagram's
MSN
different.
Messenger, AOL.
/cultaholic,
Bebo,
except for Instagram, we are
MySpace,
Cultaholic.
everywhere else.
This has been a mess, this one, hasn't it?
You are
It's
a
only
mess.
4 messes. Oh,
4 messes.
4 messes, 4 matches.
2 messes here,
Forget
4
it.
messes there.
There you go. We'll see you on Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.